how would you differentiate, for example, freelancing versus working at a big company versus entrepreneurship or building a startup? Like who should go for which?
I would say working for a large company. Actually, Ken was the one that gave a really good. So credits to Ken for giving this analogy. It's consistent but not safe. What that means, it's like it's stable but not safe in the sense that you always get the same paycheck every single month. But
Mm,
then if they fire you, you're like gone, right? It's not safe. You get the idea of feeling like you're safe because you always get the same paycheck every month. But generally speaking, you don't even know when you're going to suddenly get fired and then have the rug pulled under your feet. Unfortunately, during like layoffs in tech times, which is very common these days, the past like year or so, a couple of years, that has happened to a lot of people. Like completely, they just don't realize
yeah.
that, whoa, like suddenly I'm out of a job, right? Like, what am I supposed to do now? In terms of like freelancing, I see it as I'll like kind of explain what I think is like suitable for different types of people from my opinion because I've actually done all three at this point. I'll say freelancing is more like you are it's not consistent, like it's not stable, but it's actually safer because it's not stable because you have to go find these jobs and the amount of money that you're getting each month can vary month on month.
Mm,
um, but you're also diversified because if one thing doesn't work out, you know you have like four other projects, right? That can cover
yeah.
that one thing, and you can much more easily see where the market is heading. Like if you were a freelancer and you were working like a year and a half ago, you would have saw that the money was drying up. And you would have taken your precautions at that time in order to defend against that. As opposed to if you were working at a big company, you might not have known that until you got fired. Yeah. So on the entrepreneurship side, I see it more as like it's more of like a kind of like more intense environment is how I would say it. Like if freelancing is building a business, entrepreneurs is kind of like building a startup. So it's more about whether you take like a lot of people take venture capital money, but you're trying to like build things like you're throwing in money and then churning out like something, a product and trying to grow that. You're thinking about revenue, but more so you're thinking about growth. So very, very different type of environments and different things suit different people. Say if you're someone who likes to just like go to work and then do that and then not think about anything else and come home, I would say full-time job. Try to diversify it though, at least like maybe do some freelancing, have some clients like on retainer, or at least like diversify your the amount of money you're making, invest that properly. If you're someone who likes working, who has some initiative and doing that, and you like having a lot of control over your time, I think freelancing is a really good option. You can have like a team of people in freelancing as well. It doesn't have to be just you, but it's not like a lot of people that you're trying to manage. You're still doing a lot of the work, the technical work. And then if you're someone who is someone who's like very you love having a team, you like having like a fast-paced environment, and you really like being able to grow something really fast. Like if you're like a super intense person, I would say, then entrepreneurship is something that kind of I think would be like really suitable. Again, this is like kind of like a more simplified definition, but that's kind of how I've experienced it. Like going all the way from being a full time employee to a freelancer and then taking venture capital money. That's kind of the difference that I saw.